What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taz. Today is a very special day. Not only is it my first upload in the new year, and I apologize because I wasn't able to upload for like the past few days. I was out of town, but I'm back going to be doing regular uploads. But the other great thing about today in the NBA is the fact that we have the 5'9" stud Isaiah Thomas returning from injury. One of my favorite players personally, because as somebody who is around that height, I find it really cool to see Isaiah Thomas at 5'9" be able to dominate NBA defenses. And last year was awesome to see him average 30 points a game. He played through an injury in the playoffs. He dropped 52 points, or excuse me, I think it was 53 actually, on the Washington Wizards, and led his team to a series victory that it didn't look like they were gonna win. But this guy is a complete competitor for his height, not only to be doing what he's doing, but also the amount of heart that he plays with. I mean, he played like right after the tragic death of his sister. That's unbelievable, and a lot of NBA players wouldn't do that, and there's no reason why they should, because that's such a huge thing to be going on in your personal life. Obviously bigger than basketball, but yet this is somebody who, you know, he is going to give his team his all. You know, he lives for this game, and like, you know, he played through the injury. He didn't want to tell anybody that he was injured because he just couldn't stand the thought of leaving his team for an extended period of time and watching from the sidelines as they unfortunately lose in the playoffs. But that's exactly what he had to do, because it got so bad that, you know, it just wasn't, he just couldn't go. And also, I mean, he could have screwed up his hip really bad, and he probably made it worse by playing, just because look how long he's been out with this injury. I mean, it's until January, and that happened in like May, so he's been out a long time. He's finally back tonight. It's very exciting. Of course, he is not supposed to play a very long time. He's going to be coming off the bench as well, but he will slowly but surely make his way back and, you know, hopefully become that player that he was last year. You know, it would be pretty sad to see him just be a shell of his former self for this year, or maybe from now on. I don't know. I really don't want to see that, because I loved watching this guy last year, and I really hope that he can make it back to full health. That would be amazing. But I also heard that he's not playing against Boston. That's tough. I really wanted to see that, but I mean, we're going to get that. These two teams, they're not done facing each other. He is going to see Boston in Boston many times. Again, let's just say that. You know, I'm very excited, like I've been saying. So this begs the question that this video is relaying, and that is, how big of an impact does this return for Isaiah Thomas have on the league? Does it really improve those Cleveland Cavaliers championship odds? Does it make them the favorite? So for me, personal opinion, I already had the Cleveland Cavaliers, you know, as the best team. Even if they don't have Isaiah Thomas, I think they beat everybody in the East. I don't see anybody in the East that's gonna beat the Cavs in the playoffs, even without Isaiah Thomas. I don't see that. Just because if you have LeBron James on your team, and there isn't really a clear other contender in your conference, it's really hard to pick somebody else. The Boston Celtics look like the next best thing, but I'm not sold yet. They're 30-10. They're playing great basketball. I'm not sold that this team is a contender, that this team could beat the Warriors in a playoff series. That's what I mean. I always know this team is good. I know this team's great. This is a great team. The Celtics are. But are they really good enough to, you know, be an NBA Finals champion this year? And obviously Gordon Hayward's return could have a major impact on that. And when they get him back, if he makes them a lot more dangerous, then of course in future years, yes, they will have that potential. However, he's supposedly coming back in the playoffs, or he could maybe make a return in the playoffs, and if he does, do you really think that he's going to be out there playing 36 minutes and being that force that we know him to be? Doubtful. So from that I think that it's fair to say that even a Cavs team without Isaiah Thomas, I mean, I trust LeBron to win the East, and I don't see anybody that could really stop him from doing that. I know the Celtics, they could probably force a Game 7, and I think they would, but, you know, it's just something about the LeBron effect. They also got Kevin Love over there, and the way they've been playing really good basketball, although they have lost 3 in a row. So besides that, they've been playing really well, but I just trust them in the playoffs. They always seem to come through. And with Isaiah Thomas, yeah, I think he makes them a much better team. Maybe not much better. I think he makes them a better team, and I think that he gives them a better chance to beat the Warriors. I don't think that the Cavs would beat the Warriors without him. I really don't think that. But with him, I think he gives them a better chance. Now, he can be exploited. He's one of these players that it's not like just having him on the court, even if he's, you know, not having a good shooting game, that he's going to help you in other ways. This is a guy that you need to be scoring well. You need him to be making his shots, because as a defensive player, he is a liability. And last year for the Celtics, he was so good as an offensive player that, you know, his value was high, even though he was kind of a poor defender, to say the least, because his offense was so good, and it kind of just canceled it out. And you saw him as a complete force and allowing his team to win way more games than they would have without him. So if Isaiah Thomas comes back and, you know, he shoots like 40% from the field, that's not helping his team, because last year he was shooting 47% from the field and like 42% from 3. He was balling and scoring 30 a night, being super clutch for his team, and that's what made him such a force and an MVP candidate for this Cavs team. Of course, he's not going to be averaging 30 points a game, because you got LeBron on your team, you got Kevin Love, another guy who's going to score a ton of points for you, and of course he doesn't need to score 30 points, but the key for him is to make LeBron's job easier and to shoot efficiently. And the way he'll make LeBron's job easier is by spacing the floor, not allowing teams to help off of him, being a deadly shooter. That's always what you got to do if you have LeBron on your team. But also take the attention off LeBron, make huge plays, be an unguardable force one-on-one, and that will open up everything. Isaiah Thomas certainly has the potential to completely alter how teams guard this team, and you know, it's really going to depend on how well he can play and how well he can get back into that great MVP candidate type form, because he was playing like that well. And you know, if he plays great, I mean, this team, they really stand a chance against the Warriors, and I don't know if I would take them against the Warriors. However, they definitely can match up, and I think that this is a guy with the killer instinct. He's got the skills, he's got the heart to keep this team competitive and help LeBron. I think they'll make it work. And yeah, I mean, I think this has a big impact, but it really depends, you know, how he fits with this team, how he makes this team better, because it could also have negative implications. Of course, the defensive problem. The Cavs already aren't a good defensive team. Isaiah Thomas is likely not going to help. However, their offense might be just so unguardable that it really doesn't matter that they're not a top 10 defensive team. Kind of like the Houston Rockets. I mean, the Rockets, they've been a team where it's like they score so many goddamn points. It doesn't matter how many you score in them because you can't guard them. So if he can be this unstoppable scoring machine and he can take the pressure off LeBron, that's exactly what this Cavs team needs, and that's exactly what's going to help them win. But it really just depends on, you know, how well he bounces back. That's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think about Isaiah Thomas and his return, how he's going to affect the NBA, this Cavs team. Does he make the Cavaliers that much bigger of a contending team? Let me know what you think. Hit me up on Twitter. It's on the screen. Subscribe if you're new, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.